Today, I'd like to talk about Chaturanga arms and shoulders. A lot of people, I see teachers teaching people that when they go into Chaturanga, now Chaturanga is this, when you come down to the floor. A lot of teachers say, push your chest forward towards the floor and then lower yourself all the way down. I think that is exactly how you tear up your shoulders, because what you're doing is you're forcing your shoulders to pinch back like this and pinching to bring your sternum forward like this. If you pinch your shoulders, eventually you're making your shoulders do all the work in Chaturanga. The work should be done in the entire shoulder area, not just the shoulders moving like this, the arms and the scapula. So I don't agree with that, and I think some teachers say that because most people are sort of contracted this way, and they want to try to open the person's sternum more, and as they say, open your heart. And that's fine, but if you go too far, then you start pinching your shoulders back, and then you have the shoulders going around the rib cage, which I don't agree with. Now, they might be right, and maybe you've done it just fine doing it that way, but I think there's an invitation for injury doing that way. So let me just explain to you for 1 second how the shoulders work in the shoulder socket. Now, your shoulders go up and down like this. They go around the rib cage. They also fly out. The bottom points of your scapula, which is right here. This little bottom point, you see that little point down there? That little point flies out when you lift your arm above 90 degrees. That's the shoulder joint actually comes out and hinges a little bit higher. Otherwise, if this thing didn't move, you couldn't go higher than, see if you can do it. You can't lift your arm any higher. You have to, and that's called winging. That's the third way that your shoulders move. First way is up and down. Second way is around the rib cage. Third way is the winging of the scapula on the bottom. It's winging out. And the fourth way rather, is the anterior and posterior tilt of your shoulder. The anterior, what I'm talking about is the top of your shoulder is tilting anteriorly or towards the front. And when you have a posterior tilt, then the entire scapula is going back. Now, what's hard is when you try to do that anterior tilt, a lot of people bring that elbow in towards the spine. Never do that. That is just bad posture and bad form. You're going to tear up your shoulders if you keep pulling your shoulders in like that. Keep them wide, and one way to keep them wide is to go overhead with both arms and see if you can keep that scapula point, this bottom point here, don't let it come in like this towards the spine. Keep it out. See if you can hold it out the whole time. It took me a long time to learn how to do that. But once those shoulders are out, look how flat my back is, because now my scapula has rooted in my back and it's strong. So now when I do Chaturanga, my whole back is solid. I'm not using my shoulders to do Chaturanga. I'm using my whole back. When I go forward like this, I'm using my whole back. I'm not using the shoulders. So I hope that helps you, and that way you can avoid shoulder injury in doing Chaturanga.